Hello everyone, Zebedee here, and welcome back. I'm taking a bit of a break from my series Chaos on Sodor. Um, and to talk about, I really want to get exposure out about CoolProps. Now you're wondering, what is CoolProps? Because this is not one of the well-known lines. Like Thomas Wooden Railway, Tommy Trackmaster, Buckman, Erdl, Take Alone, Take and Play, Tomica, it's... So, CoolProps is a company in Japan that specializes in making props from, television shows to, replicas, replicas. This thing was first announced in December of 2018, in a year where all Thomas merchandise except for Botman was garbage. A replica of Thomas from the model series would be given to us. This was huge. Everyone in the fandom was pulling their money together for this. Was it worth it? Let's see. So, the model had two prototypes. One, which, it looks promising, but no. And a second prototype, which, doesn't look too bad. Probably better than anything I could do. But, could be, yeah, I guess. And here's the final model. So, much better than the prototypes, easily. Although, I want to say some critiques. This is actually the problems that the Botman model has. But the little lines, I forgot what they're called, by the cab and down here, you can't see it, but they are there, are on this model, which is annoying. You'll be like, they can't do it better. Yeah, you just paid $750 for what is meant to be called a replica, which doesn't even look that good. The models sold out really quickly. You could either buy Thomas alone for $750, or a Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle for $1,600. Oh my god, I am broke. I can say everyone was hyped for this. Thomas had 3 expressions, depends on the version. And Annie and Clarabelle also had a couple expressions. Overall, this seemed like the definitive Thomas at the time. And now here's when I say the fall of CoolProps happened. So, the Thomas sold out really quickly. Well, the Thomas alone or the Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle. Afterwards, CoolProps announced a certain set of twins. Splatter! No, just kidding. Bill and Ben. These two, they look nice, I'm gonna be real. Thomas looks way better. But, they still look good. I really like their faces. I have to say, there was hype for Bill and Ben. When this phenomenal Thomas, Fanny, and Clarabelle gets revealed, these two. But it didn't stop there. For the 75th anniversary of the Railway series, CoolProps announced this, a LBSC Doreen Thomas. Now, I really like this. It's, a CGI thing in the model series. And the face even has, this yellow tint to it. That's CGI, There was real hype for it. It looked as if CoolProps was gonna be the next biggest Thomas line. With a Thomas, with an Annie and Clarabelle that sold out amazingly, and now they're announcing Bill, Ben, and a Green Thomas. And like this thing was also revealed. A cranky, which this was not gonna be for sale. Like this was a for display only. Which I'm gonna be real. Cranky's the best of the whole line. He looks better than Thomas, Annie, Clarabelle, Bill, Ben, and the Green Thomas. I'm not joking. Cranky looks incredible. I genuinely want to own this. So, I want to say that around the best thing ever, COVID, CoolProps stopped giving us updates. They gave us some updates, but as time went on, no updates on Bill and Ben or the Green Thomas. And about like 3 days ago, it was revealed CoolProps went bankrupt. Yeah, we are not getting Bill and Ben or the Green Thomas. And to be honest, I think CoolProps was doomed to fail. When Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle first came out, they sold off. They really did. But now the fandom can do what they want. The Thomas the Tank Engine community, a big part of it is modeling. If you head to a Thomas display, you're bound to find some Gauge 1 prop replicas. No one's gonna pay $750 or $1,600 for a CoolProps Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle, when you can just make it yourself. I'd say if you can like I don't know, buy a 3D printer or something, or like you just have the materials, go for it. This fandom is incredible, and if only I was this talented. But overall, yeah. Thoughts on CoolProps? It was doomed to fail. Sorry, guys. It just was. Anyway, I'm Zebedee. Hope you enjoyed this video on CoolProps. Wanted to make it because, as of now, the line is dead. Yeah, I still wish Cranky would have been released. I know he was never going to be, never even planned to, but would have been cool. Anyway, I'm Zebedee. What are your thoughts on CoolProps? Do you want a CoolProps Thomas? Do you have a CoolProps Thomas? Did you get the prototypes for LBSC Thomas, Bill and Ben, or somehow get your hands on Cranky? Do you think it was doomed to fail? Do you think it was the best thing ever? I'll work on Chaos on Soda. I'm Zebedee, and goodbye, everyone.